My name is Scott Nice. I'm an assistant professor of voice and movement training at UNCW. I own and operate Studio Nice, and I do body voice training. I also do physical character work. I teach circus skills and mime and stylized elements. I also teach stage combat. So you bring the sword up and you parry 5. And you bring it down and you parry 6. And you bring it up and you parry 5. And a little swagger. I'll get you a little swagger like that. And you parry 6, a little swagger. And as you can see, he looks really good. What makes something stage-worthy? You want to look at some very specific factors. Say from stainless steel. Stainless steel is very brittle. You want to go with a steel that has a high carbon count. Typical sword will run you anywhere from $150 to $800. One of the features of a sword that makes it safe for the stage or for the camera is the blade continues into and past the handle into the very end of the sword, which is the pommel, and that it screws in and tightly allows for the sword to be one piece. Whereas most of your costume swords have just a small continuation with a handle. We call that a rat tail, and those will break. They may not break the first couple times you use them in terms of the fight, but a broken sword can be very, very dangerous. There's a national organization called the Society of American Fight Directors, which I'm a part of, and the acronym SAFD is safety. And so most of what we do is about training the combatant, the actor, to be in control, to minimize those accidents. But yeah, I mean, I've been cut, I've been impaled, accidents happen. I've seen some outlandish things. I was doing Cyrano de Bergerac on tour, and I had choreographed the fight, and our actor playing Cyrano, who's this very famous swashbuckler sword fighter, he was doing this flourish with his sword, and the blade actually got stuck somehow in the little groove in between the wood panels on the stage. And with his force, the sword bent, and it actually shot out of his hand like a rocket. And it landed in the only empty seat in the audience. Yeah, so I've seen some very interesting things on stage. When I was a kid, we didn't have the internet. We had 3 channels, ABC, CBS, and NBC. And they would all, from time to time, play the Late 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 Show, or the Early Show. And as a kid, I would stay up and I would watch the old Errol Flynn and Douglas Fairbanks Jr. I loved the precision of the work, and what kid doesn't want to be a pirate? Good. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to relax as you do it and just put it to 5 and smile. Let the camera take you in. You're Errol Flynn. Anytime that we have a chance to work with swords, whether it's on stage or whether it's in camera, what we're doing is we're telling a part of the story through precision. And film work, great film work, tells a story as simply as it can. And it uses the specificity of what's happening moment to moment to bring the audience further into the story. So for an actor to learn stage combat, to learn swordplay, so that they can use it safely to help communicate the danger and the violence that happens in the story, what greater gift is there? Plus, it's a lot of fun.